a quick update on the crypto market because it actually seems like few assets are moving and the attention in the market is coming back. However, I would like to say yes, some of these assets are moving, but don't get trapped in these moves before you actually get some big moves in the market. We actually tested the market. Last couple of days, we were actually trying to see whether the market actually has that depth and the breadth which we can utilize in a low risk way. What does that mean? Because if you actually see short-term breakouts and you're trying to follow them, some of them are ending up as fake outs, right? One of the primary reasons is that the market doesn't have the real depth. Why? The volume in the market is still moving in and around. You're not getting a lot of new money in the market. What about XRP? We have broken higher on a daily time frame. We are holding above that. So we need some clarity about the assets. What are the perspectives which we are looking forward? Because most likely scenario is going to be in a week or two, things are going to change. And usually this is how big run-ups start. Before that, we kind of get random assets popping here and there. And then the market gets more attention from outside and new money starts to pour in. So it's our decision to be prepared and to stay awake. As soon as the opportunity hits, let's participate in it. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10 person in the world. While you look at different assets, say this is Gala. One of our viewers requested this, so I'm actually taking this asset into consideration. Yes, we do see a 3-day RSI is slowly bouncing up. The MACD is crossing to the upside, but still in negative territory. The daily shows you we broke higher on the MACD to the upside, but the price didn't actually give you much of a bullish move. The first level of resistance which you see here is still intact. It's trying to break it higher, but as of now, we have not yet watched that. Now, you can actually try and do the same okay, we broke it higher, we are retesting that, right? That perspective is also valid. But the issue is, you do have to consider the line chart as well to stay conservative. And that's where I would say the trend lines actually come a little bit lower and the horizontal level also gives certain level of resistance here, which makes it a tight resistance. So instead of saying this was the breakout and a retest, I personally would say this is what's happening because you are watching the divergence forming in the macro side of things. When you actually look at this on the weekly, you would say okay, price action is slowly getting some movements, but as of now, you're not trending higher. On the micro scenario, this is what's exactly happening. You're looking at these assets and you're watching okay, it's breaking higher. That's a good trade. You jump in and what happened? It immediately gets rejected. So even on the micro scenario, you are now literally competing with the trading algorithms, the bots, the algorithms. That's really hard. And that's one of the reasons why when we were doing all these trades, we knew, okay, this is going to be a test trade. So for us, it is to preserve that capital which we are deploying. Even if it's just $100, we want to make sure we are only using that amount to test at least 10 trades. And we actually went through around 11 trades. Last, we started with GRT with a minimal loss there. Because we wanted to make sure okay, if that asset is riding, we'll ride that. And as soon as the momentum fades, we move out. And this is what we actually understood. The market right now makes a lot of fake moves because some of these which are in green was really hard to get them out in green because there was volatility and it was about to drop into the negative territory, and the retest before the rejection, we used it to get out. That's what happened with these two trades. Only 3 trades were kind of moving at least a little bit. Now remember, this is a 5x trade. So even if you are watching a 15% move here, we only got a 3% move in the market. Even with the breakout, and that turned out to be a rejection, a fake move. So right now, yes, the market is there. It's giving a lot of fake moves. So it's up to us to stay prepared, because this is how the big run always starts. You come onto a large cap like XRP, and it clearly shows you the fact that it is breaking higher, it is holding on to that particular level. But what we are not getting is follow through with the volume side of things. If we see a lot of volume coming after this breakout, that means a lot of people are watching this breakout and they are ready to participate in this. Now that's not happening right now. We are slowing down after that breakout and even with the initial retest. And that makes you confused, like, okay, we broke higher, we retested, we tried to bounce off, but people are not participating in it. There is something wrong, right? And that's why when you actually watch, say, the Bitcoin dominance, you see like, okay, Bitcoin dominance is breaking lower. That means all coins should actually start popping. But only rare assets are doing that. And all of these assets, which are actually moving in a weekly horizon, when you actually look at them, we can see like the Bitcoin Cash is still up, close to 300. We can actually see like the Flow, the XCC, INJ, these guys are actually up. Then you see like the Compound, Wise, and others. And majority of these which you actually see are up. We had our calls earlier saying these are highly correlated with this upcoming move, and they did move. So once you actually understand what the market is doing, where the opportunities are, where the breakouts are happening, what's your target, and all of this, not on the micro, but at least on the short to medium term horizon, now you do have an edge in the market, because as soon as you start seeing volume entering into these assets, they pump. Look at Compound. It's at the top, not only for the daily performer, but also for the highest volume in the first 100 to 200. So you know that, yeah, in the entire range of 100 to 200, one asset got the entire volume with that breakout. A lot of others did break higher, but none actually got volume coming following it through. Why? Because you don't have a ton of volume in the market. This is just moving in and out. Assets are being moved out. It's literally monkey jumping happening in the market. When you actually see this asset popping, you drop this and jump in there. That's what's happening. But once you see the market actually move about 1.3 trillion, now you can actually say, okay, new money is starting to come in. That means now you're going to get more breakouts, more pump in the market. It's maybe a day ahead, maybe a week or two. But that level of patience is going to be really important, because when you look at Bitcoin, you do understand it's not dropping. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance is dropping, but Bitcoin is still holding this range. It's stable. That means market is not actually dropping. It's still holding that trend. And what's the trend? We broke higher. We are consolidating. That's a time-based correction. Price-based correction, we had a little bit, but now it's the time-based correction. So even if you actually see a little bit of drop coming back to test the moving average, that's going to be bullish. Meaning when the price actually stays there and allows the moving average to come back up. Now, if it's only one move which the market has done, usually it kind of gives the market more room. Right now, that's what you're watching. You may actually see another move where it can go to 32, 33,000, and we'll watch how the volume is playing out. If the volume is fading, that's a bad sign. But if you still get that amount of volume, it's going to be macro level of bullishness. Now, this month has just started. And the way the last month closed shows you like a ton of bull is here. Whether it's the fake meat or the bear meat, it is still there in the market. And it does show you like these guys are not actually stepping out. The price is still holding on to that level. A retest, however, of this particular level where these two monthly candles actually gave you 29,350 would be healthy in my thought process. If the price action actually comes down to this particular level and bounce off, that is going to be another huge bullish signal from this market. So maybe that's going to happen in a day or two. Maybe it's going to take a week. No one actually knows that. But what we are doing here is to watch through this market, because there are a lot of different assets trying to make a fake out and trap you inside that, and you may get trapped in that asset if you're doing a 10, 20, 50x levered trade, because that 1% move, yeah, it does give you 50% in profit, but it also gives you a 50% loss. So it's literally important when you are levered. You need to know where to cut off that trade. You need to be, now if you're entering micro trades especially, you need to understand where you should be moving out by limiting those losses, and where you should be taking profits when that momentum is fading. So in net, you are still in profit. Maybe we are around 80% profit even in this test, even though the market doesn't have the depth. But the market is changing. Some of these assets, they're breaking on the macro narrative. They're breaking on the medium-term charts, not the micro charts. So they do have a better chance of running higher when the market actually starts getting that depth. Maybe it's in a week or two, but these set of assets are going to actually outperform the market. And we are actually covering all of them one by one, and where to enter, where to exit, and that kind of thought process for you to consider. And if you are looking for that kind of thought process, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So guys, this is a short video update. If you received value, please do hit that like and subscribe button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.